All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about something invisible, something that's quietly running the show when it comes to your focus, what you actually get done, and even what you think is possible for yourself. You know this feeling, right? You know exactly what you need to do. You've got the plan, you've read the book, maybe you even bought the app, but for some reason, you just don't do it. It's so frustrating, that gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. Well, here's the thing. What if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about a lack of discipline or finding the perfect tool? What if there's a hidden bottleneck, something that's tripping you up before you even take the first step? Turns out, it's all about your beliefs. And look, this isn't some fuzzy, feel-good idea. We're digging into the work of Nir Eyal here. You probably know him from Indistractable. He's spent his career on this stuff, and he makes a powerful case that belief isn't just mindset. Nope. It's a real, mechanical part of how we operate, and it determines whether we actually follow through. So Eyal gives us this really simple framework called the motivation triangle. Think about it. Most advice tells you two things, right? The benefits, like why you should do it, and the behavior, what exactly you need to do. But there's a third piece of the puzzle, and it's the one that's almost always missing. And not missing link, it's belief. It's the part that connects the why and the what to actual doing. Because look, if you don't deep down believe a plan is going to work for you, all that knowledge is just shelf help. It's advice you collect but never ever use. The whole thing just falls apart without it. So what are these hidden beliefs we're talking about? The best way to think about them is like apps running in the background on your phone or computer. They're just there, part of your mental operating system, quietly eating up your battery and influencing everything, and you don't even realize they're on. And this is what's so wild. They're incredibly sneaky. They don't show up and announce themselves. They are masters of disguise. They masquerade as cold, hard facts. Or even worse, they show up as statements about your identity, about who you are as a person. Yeah? Sound familiar? See, when you say that, you're not thinking of it as a belief you hold. You're stating it like it's a fact, like your height or your hair color. And the moment a belief becomes a fact in your mind, well, you stop questioning it. Why would you? Or how about this one? This is a classic. It's a total shutdown. It's not a question. It's a verdict. Game over. These aren't just passing thoughts, you guys. These are the walls of the box we put ourselves in. And they're built out of beliefs we've never even bothered to check. Okay, so how exactly do these beliefs have so much power over us? Well, it's not magic, it's pure mechanics. Eyal points to 3 specific powers that beliefs have that literally shape the world you experience. Let's unpack them, starting with number 1. First up is attention. Your beliefs are basically the bouncer at the nightclub of your mind. They stand at the door and decide what information gets in and what stays out. So if you believe you're bad at something, your personal bouncer is only going to let in evidence that confirms it, and it's going to turn away any proof that might challenge that idea. Power number 2 is anticipation. And honestly, this one is a total game changer. Your brain is like a flight simulator. Before you even do the thing, it runs a simulation based on your beliefs. So if you believe a task is going to be a total slog, your brain preloads the slog experience. You actually feel tired before you even start. And finally, power number 3, agency. This is just a fancy word for your sense of control, your belief in whether you can actually make a difference. When that belief is low, your brain literally hits the brakes. You avoid, you procrastinate. But when you believe you have agency, you're not just more motivated, you are physiologically more capable of taking action. And this is why that new planner or that productivity app you bought didn't work. It all starts to make sense now, right? You're trying to install shiny new software, but your mental operating system has a virus running in the background. The tool isn't the problem, the system it's running on is. Let me give you a super common example. Say you installed a distraction blocker on your computer. That's the tool. But what's the belief running underneath? It's probably something like, but what if I miss an urgent email? So what happens? The tool and the belief go to war, and guess who almost always wins? Yeah, the belief. So here's the bottom line. Tools can create a space for you. They can open up a window of opportunity for focus. But it's your belief that decides if you'll actually use that space, or just find a workaround to get back to your old habits. Okay, so what do we do about this? And the answer is not to just think positive or try to wrestle your beliefs into submission. That never works. Eyal's solution is so much simpler and, frankly, less intimidating. He says, don't try to change your beliefs. Just test them. It's a simple 3-step method. Step 1, pick one of those beliefs that feels like a non-negotiable fact about you. I'm not a morning person. Step 2, create a tiny, super low-stakes experiment around it. And step 3, this is the most important part. Go into it like a scientist. Be curious. Don't worry about the outcome. See, the pressure is completely off. You're not trying to change your entire life overnight. You're just collecting a little bit of data. You're changing the question from, can I become a morning person forever, to something way easier. What actually happens if I try this just once? And you know why this is so powerful? Because most of these big, scary, limiting beliefs, they're actually pretty flimsy. They're like a monster in a closet. They only have power because we never open the door to look at them. Running one tiny experiment is like cracking that door open, and that's often all it takes to see it's not so scary after all. Look, if there's one idea to walk away with, it's this. Those things you believe are unchangeable facts about yourself, they're not facts. They're just hypotheses that you haven't gotten around to testing yet. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's one hypothesis about yourself that you've been treating like a fact? And what's the smallest possible experiment you could run, maybe even this week, to see what's really true?